I talked about getting back our swagger, and I'll fill in what I mean by that. But it's important. The United States diplomatic corps needs to be in every corner, every stretch of the world, executing missions on behalf of this country, and it is my humble, noble undertaking to help you achieve that.
All right, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, I should say, addressing his workers at the State Department. He will be officially sworn in tomorrow by the president. He's technically been sworn in already right now, but he is sending a message of clarity that retired Lieutenant General Jerry Boykin likes so far. Very good to have you, General. Thanks for taking the time.
Good to be with you, Neil.
This is the same guy who secretly was able to meet with the North Korean leader. He's talking tough on Iran. He's balancing a fine line of what is new versus old information the Israelis claim to have on the Iranians. So he already gets the diplomatic nature of the job. How do you think he's going to do?
I think that he's going to do very well, Neil. Look, this guy's a leader, and that's what the State Department needs. And I thought that his little 13-minute speech today said some very good things. He recognized the talents of the people at the State Department, but he also talked about how it was his task to give them the leadership that would enable them to do their jobs. I think that he's going to do very well. It's going to be a tough job there, and he's got a lot of work to do, but I think he's going to do very well.
You know, General, I was thinking, I mean, usually institutions like the State Department, Foggy Bottom, whatever you want to call it, they have this very careful, very calibrated approach to dealing with crises. And along comes the Trump administration, which is like a bull in the china shop, but it's yielded these dramatic results that's got Iran scared, that's got the Chinese wondering what's next when it comes to trade, and when it comes to North Korea, getting the North Korean leader to meet with the President of the United States. So obviously, whatever they think isn't jibing with what's happening. So what do you make of that?
Well, we must remember, and I think this is one of the things that Mike Pompeo is going to stress to the people at the State Department. They don't make foreign policy. They recommend, they do a lot of work in developing that foreign policy, but they don't make foreign policy. The president does. It's their job to implement that foreign policy, and I am quite sure, in fact, I know for a fact that many of them have been very stressed over Donald Trump's methodology. But at the end of the day, I think now they're seeing that what he's been doing, even though it was so very unconventional, it's actually working. And he's about to have a meeting with Kim Jong-un, which nobody a year ago would have forecast could happen.
You know, the president wants to have that, presumably, that meeting, the militarized zone. That might be the default place. Do you think that's a good move? The president's also indicated that he'd up and leave the table if no progress looked like it was being made. What would indicate progress to you?
Yeah, I think the progress would be that he goes in and gets a big picture, not a detailed plan, but a big picture agreement that Kim will denuclearize, that we will provide certainly economic incentives, and then what will be on the table, left on the table, will be the U.S. forces that are currently stationed in South Korea. And I think that Kim is going to want them out of there, but I think it has to be a very phased, long-term thing that ultimately will draw down to some agreeable figure, but not completely withdraw.
General Boykin, thank you. Very good seeing you again.
Good seeing you, Nick.